We've got big breaking news for Palantir going into the weekend. They are officially going to be added to the NASDAQ 100 index. Now, what is this and the significance? And I know most are wondering how many estimated dollars of buying this can possibly bring. Well, first, the NASDAQ 100 is the top 100 largest, most actively traded companies listed on the NASDAQ stock exchange. And for those who are following the news closely, this was a very recent change for Palantir to be traded on the NASDAQ exchange, transitioning over from the New York Stock Exchange before. Now, there were definitely rumors around the true reasoning behind this move and to get maybe an inclusion into this prestigious index. And there was a now deleted tweet too from Palantir's Alex Moore, whom we'll say wasn't showing the best form at the time, at least when representing a publicly traded company, but we'll leave it at that. But still, huge news for the company to make it in, and this is all too similar to the S&P 500 inclusion, where there's a lot of passive investment from large firms offering index products for these top 100 companies, and this can create buying pressure in the short term and even bring stability to volatility with large holders of the company's float. Now, another interesting tidbit too is when I first posted this on my community tab, the original headline from BNN Bloomberg was this: MicroStrategy, Palantir added to NASDAQ 100, Moderna removed. But after a delicious dinner date with my wife, I come home to see the title has changed on the exact same article to Saylor's MicroStrategy scores again with the NASDAQ 100 edition. The content is the same, but just a fun fact that maybe there is still more interest in still getting clicks from MicroStrategy's name as a Bitcoin play over Palantir. Now, for the meat and potatoes, we note they will be added to the index, and the majority of the early article focuses on MicroStrategy, but do note how Palantir is a monster of their own, even compared to MicroStrategy when it comes to volatility that we've seen recently. Now, they highlight the tailwinds of artificial intelligence being a big reason around this decision for inclusion and the overwhelming performance of the 343% rally this year, plus the other proxy reputational factor of getting added to the Standard & Poor's 500 index back in September. And we get some small tidbits too in their work around US intelligence and growth while having their notoriety of helping out Ukraine and Israel in the most recent conflicts. But I think a lot of folks are still interested in the numbers. And from their calculations at least, Palantir can expect some fuel to the rally of $3.8 billion by James Safard. Now, this is a major milestone for Palantir in my opinion and showcases their reputation for making it into the index. Now, nothing is guaranteed in the future, of course. When someone's added, someone gets taken out. So even with more buying pressure, possibly there can be a swirl of information that could draw attention away from them. But regardless, this is still an underlying form of buying and holding, at least in the short term, that of maybe the NASDAQ 100 index products can bring to them. One most famous is Invesco's QQQ ETF, and this is where the big money really lies. Folks chugging away at just a basket of stocks they believe are trustworthy enough to be included without knowing every single one of them. Now, I'm curious to know your thoughts below on the breaking news, and I'll see you in the next video.